Patron. Welcome, y'all, to Live and Unfiltered. And tonight I am your host, Chanel, and I'm here with my
co-host, Kia Nicole.
And tonight we have our special guest, Chris, that's here. He's going to go ahead and do a little introduction for us, and then we'll hop right into the podcast. Go ahead.
Hey, appreciate y'all having me. I'm Chris. I usually end up going by Spade. Spade Feathers, my IG. Born and raised, Broward County. Went to Stetson University with y'all too, so y'all know me on a little bit of a better level. But, ain't really too much on me, man. So, I'm happy to be here. I'm glad y'all brought me on.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that introduction. So, y'all, stay tuned with us and feel free to interact in the comments, y'all. If any questions pertain to y'all and y'all want to comment, we love commenters. We enjoy it. All right. So, we're going to go ahead and kick the night off.
Wait. Before we do that, are you sipping on anything?
Great water.
Well, I made myself a fruit cocktail, a splash of juicy, bunch of fruit, and some pineapple mango juice.
That's
cheers. Are you sipping on anything, Chris?
I know that's right. Get right for all of us, okay? First question of the night is, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned as a father? And how do you balance work, family, friends? How do you balance it all? Just tell us a little bit.
I'll definitely say the most valuable lesson I learned from being a father is, you just got to have patience and be loving, because the main thing that, sometimes find challenging with being a dad, your mom always tells you your son is definitely going to be you from what you were as a child. And I'm truly seeing that. So I would say the main challenge is just keeping up with him, because that boy moves around. He loves exploring. He loves testing things. And, I just have to be patient with it and just, teach him, certain things you can do, certain things you can't. Look back into what my mother was dealing with me, and having to really be understanding of, okay, you did this same thing, Chris, so don't try to, kill him too hard with what you're trying to stop. Just let that kid be a kid at the end of the day. And how do I balance my work, family, and personal time? It's hard. It's hard. With being in that adult mode, especially post college, time management is something that you're taught. Me being an athlete, a student athlete at that, when, I was in college and in high school, Dad would always preach, oh, time management, it's always a time and a place for everything. So, the older I got, the harder it would get, because a lot of times I would get distracted. A lot of times I'd be tempted to do other things to try to have fun, but I would always end up having to come back to, okay, I have to get to what's important first. So, the older I got, it was like, okay, let's break down what's the most important to what's the least important, and we devote our time in that manner.
Understood. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so did you want to comment on that, Kia, or did you want me to go ahead and hop into the next question?
I just want to say, I understand what you mean when you say it's hard, because I just feel like it's just not enough hours in the day to devote to everything. And I feel like, unfortunately, you're going to lack in one area. Like, if you give it your all at work, family time, personal time starts lacking. Right. If you start taking a step back from work and say, okay, let me start prioritizing myself a little bit more, then work starts lacking. So it's just really hard. And I feel like, being young adults, I feel like we're still trying to figure it out, but eventually we'll get there. So it's really just about trying to balance it all. And I don't feel like anyone has perfected it, but it's definitely something that we kind of just learn as we go, and we just try to, like you say, prioritize what we can and what we really need most. So some people, they really need that personal time, because that's what's been lacking a lot. So you try to prioritize that a little bit more. And if one or the other just got to slack a little bit, then it just has to. But yeah, I just feel like we're just still trying to figure it all out.
You don't want to run yourself right with it.
I agree. Being a parent is not for the weak at all. Thank you so much for everyone that is coming in, everyone that's commenting. We appreciate you guys. But right now, the question is, it's not pinned, but it is there. What is the most valuable lesson you learned as a father, and how do you balance it with work? In this case, of course, it is pertaining to father, because, we're getting close to Father's Day, but anyone could pertain to a mom as well. You know, we are still caretakers of our children. So it is kind of hard when you have work, you have friends, you have family, and you're trying to devote enough time so no one feels neglected. So it is hard. You just kind of got to schedule everybody in, you know, kind of just figure it out throughout the week, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mary said, love that. So true. Hi, Mary. Yes.
Thank you guys for coming in. So the next question we're going to go on to is, I don't got no glasses on. I can't see. So bear with me. I can't see. Okay.
Thanks for love.
What strategies or tactics have you found most effective in growing and engaging your audience when it comes to content creating?
Own handwriting. Okay. Can't read her own handwriting. The girl wanted to be cute instead of be able to see. That's okay. Sacrifice.
Hold on. I could. You know.
That's okay. So you could be cute. You're cute with the glasses.
It caught me off guard. I'm sorry about it.
Chris does create content, so of course this question is pertaining to that.
It's really hard to say because, you know, I didn't really have a tactic. When I first started making content, when I first started making TikTok, it was just because I was like, you know, I'm at home, it's the pandemic, I'm bored, you know, I see everybody kind of going viral for their TikToks they're making. So I was like, you know what, I might as well just try it too. So as I started to make them, I started really having to see, okay, what is the content that these people are trying to see? What is it that these people are really engaging with? You know, what's my niche? What's gonna, you know, separate me from everybody else? So I would say the best tactic would be, you know, just find what works for you. You don't have to go with what everybody else is doing. It's okay to be inspired by some things, but you don't have to, you know, just get right behind them and do the same thing, because at the end of the day, you'll just be another, you know, you'll just be another hay in the haystack. Just, oh, okay, yeah, they doing the same thing. They, you know, doing the same trends and all that stuff. So with me, it kind of got a little bit left field because, you know, Kia can tell you, I love dark humor. Right. So with dark humor,
well, we know.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets it. Not everybody gets it. Not everybody gets
it.
Right.
But it's a crowd of people that does. Right. And then once, you know, you make something that may be relatable to someone, you know, with me being a teacher, I make teacher related content. Right. So I mess around and, you know, a teacher sees it and they're like, oh crap, I went through the same thing. Then they share it and then other people share it. It's just all about finding what's familiar with everyone else, because as much as you don't want to say it, you kind of have to say it. You have to talk to everyone like they're, you know, learning it for the first time.
Right.
You have to make sure, okay, how am I going to get this across without making it sound like it's coded? How am I going to get this across without making it sound like it's too many lines they got to read between before they say, you know what, screw it, next video. So it's all about the familiarity. So as long as you got the familiarity, the relatability, it's all right, that's it. And then the next thing after that, finding a good time to post, because that's the trickiest part of it. You know, some people tell you, oh, it's best to post in the morning so that people see it throughout the day. Some people say, oh, post it at night because that's when people are usually on their phones. But it's such a tricky situation because of the type of content you post, the time you post it, what type of content, the quality of it, because as many people don't realize, the quality of your video, it really does end up counting, because if I'm recording something with a real bad quality camera, it's a good chance people are going to skip it compared to something that looks a little more defined and a little more professional. They're going to be more likely to stay in tune because they're looking at the color of it like, dang, this is really clear. How did they do it?
Catching, yeah.
I agree. If y'all don't know, we are all some form of content creators here speaking. So we do create different forms of content. So you are right. Like, when it comes to scrolling, you have to, you have to catch your audience at that moment.
First, 3 seconds of so.
Right, you have to hook them. So, you know, and a lot of people that are, observers, or people that are obtaining or learning from your content aren't content creators. They're just onlookers. So those are the ones that's going to comment. The comments that always get me is just like when they comment something negative, and I'm like, but you took the time to watch the video, so clearly you cared enough to watch the video.
And comments.
Right, and comments. So it just kills me. So a lot of times you got to pay attention that those are the audience that you're getting. It's not, you have other content creating friends or other content creators, but most people that are like getting substance from your content or what's being pushed are people who don't create content. So one, they don't know how time consuming it is. Two, they don't know how many, probably blood, sweat and tears and delete and upload and edit. They don't know how much time and effort you put into it. They just see something and then they, critique it. And I'm just like, once you get into content creating, you realize how much time, how much effort, how much someone really has to care and love this kind of content to be able to produce it so someone will enjoy it. They don't understand. So I will say, yes, finding an audience that you're able to entertain, but also finding the time for yourself, to be able to create those type of content. Because baby, some of those contents you create, like you said, if it's, you posted something and it's blurry, they're not going to stop, not even 2 seconds to say, let me watch the rest of this. They're already gone.
Right.
So,
Right, like, let me look past the blurriness.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Right.
The attention span on a lot of viewers be like this small.
Right.
So you got to catch them right then and there or they're gone.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So leading into the next question, of course, we have Chris here. He does have a business, so this question is pertaining to that.
Oh.
All right. So it's like a 3-parter, so I'm going to break it up. The first part is what... I'm coming. It's getting post-college. I'm coming.
And I'm trying to type, so if I look like I'm looking down, that's why.
Okay. So first, what inspired you to start your own business? That's the first part of it.
Well, I'm glad it's June, and a lot of people are now starting to see it's Mental Health Awareness Month, because I started my business due to me being very, very depressed.
Right.
And a lot of people don't see it. They don't see it in your face. They don't see it in your actions because people know how to hide it.
Right.
And I've been depressed for a long time. Like, I don't talk about it. I don't say nothing on it. I just, most men will just say, you know what, we'll thug it out to the next day. And if I wake up tomorrow, hey, we'll go ahead and do the same thing again because obviously it's not broken, so we're not gonna fix it.
Right.
So I would say I got tired of being broke, and I got tired of having.
That back. You got tired of what? Say that one more time.
I got tired of being broke. I got tired of being broke. I got tired of seeing that I could do it but not doing it because I'm thinking it may not work.
Right.
So
be scared.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my flowers out right now. I got a homeboy named Terry Judy, and Terry Judy is the brother of NFL wide receiver Jerry Judy. And me and him, that's my dog, that's my brother. And he was, he has his own clothing line. So I would have conversations with him ever so often and be like, yo, what did you do with this? What did you do with that?
Right.
And he actually took the time out to, at least tell me some things. He couldn't talk to me all the time because he would be busy, but he was able to at least give me something that I could, at least get on the ground and boom, I'm gone. So when I finally got into that, I ended up meeting a certain individual who was actually a teacher at my middle school, and she pretty much helped me put it all together. Right. She helped me put it all together, what I needed to do in regards to creating Etsy, what I should do in regards of figuring out the images for my shirts, just pretty much just building that idea and then building that foundation for me to stand on and stay on top of it, because it's so easy to psych yourself out.
That's true.
It's so easy to psych yourself out. You just sit there and be like, man, what if it don't work? What if nobody buys it? But as I started posting more teasers towards it, and I started posting more like hints towards me dropping a shirt, so many people just started messaging me like, yo, you should drop this, you should drop this, you should drop this. And let that confidence build me up to, solidify that foundation under me and be like, you know what, I'm going to stand on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my foot down on it. I'm going to really stand 10 toes. If this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to really get after it. So, I really got to, thank 3 people in particular, Ms. Shantae Simmons, Terry Judy, and my depression.
Right.
Not depression.
Right. Well, you know what? I like to add a few things. So a few things that you said. One, I appreciated the fact that you gave them their flowers now, because a lot of times too, what people don't understand is God was able to have you be friends with someone or have someone in your life at that time.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, instead of people looking as your friend as building you up and y'all building each other, a lot of times they look at it as competition.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And in that sense, it's like you had someone that knew more than you. So therefore you went to him searching, for resources, and he didn't turn you away. He's like, you know what, that's my friend. I'm gonna build him up too. Because he could have went a different way. So I very much appreciate.
Gatekeeping.
Right. I very much appreciate the fact that you're able to, still recognize where it all started. So I definitely appreciated that. You allowed your confidence to build, because that's sometimes we don't talk about it, but as females and males, we do that. Sometimes we think about, okay, you know what? I don't know why our mind does this, but most times we go to a negative place. Our first thought is what if it doesn't work? What if people say this? What if people think that? And sometimes it's like you may be pouring in all this time and effort and holding your own self back, because again, at the end of the day, no one's your competition but you. Exactly. Whatever someone else do, you guys could do the same exact thing, but because of the person you are and the information you have, different people are still going to come to you. Different audiences still going to come. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just like, for example, makeup. Look how many people do makeup and people still come out with makeup brands and they're successful. You know what I'm saying? So instead of looking at it as like, what if this? Well, what if this? What if I fail? Sometimes we do need to ask ourselves, what if I do succeed? Right. What what routes can I take to succeed? So a lot of times we need to, take a moment to step back and realize that we are our biggest critics. We are our biggest ones who failed ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we just need to take that leap of faith. Listen, jump in the deep end and figure out how to swim, kind of thing. Don't do it in real life, y'all. But you know what I'm saying. Figuratively, don't go out in the ocean and go out there and
hey, you better not get drowned.
Right, figuratively speaking. But I love the fact that you still remembered your foundation. Any final thoughts for you?
Y'all kind of summed it up, but yeah, I agree. Like the hardest part is just to start, and to get out of your head, and to also not look for the support in family and friends. Like that will be your biggest downfall. If you're looking for your closest people that this my sister, this my brother, this my they gonna support me, and then those people don't support you, and then you be like, don't let that discourage you. Keep going, because the audience that you are trying to reach are probably going to be strangers, and more than likely they are strangers. So don't look for it, and you kind of just peep and move accordingly, because that is something to keep in mind. Because if you're supposed to be my, you will want to support. So I'm gonna keep that in mind, that you didn't support me. But
I'll hold it against you, but I'm not gonna forget that.
But you also use it as a lesson to learn, though, because at the end of the day, you know what? When you are successful and you are up there, those same people who weren't as supportive of you when you were small, they're going to be supportive when you're big. Because they're going to say, and they, they always come back with you remember when I was in high school, they always come back with some type of story. And you'd be like, right. It's like, so build somebody up when they're already from the ground, because then, that's true support. That's true love. If you just say, well, all right, they done made it. Now, it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last.
People only support you when it's popular to do so.
Right.
Once it's popular, then they want to jump on a bandwagon. They don't want to support you while you down and trying to come up.
And you know why that could be?
That's unfortunate.
Because they don't see the like they always say. What is the saying? The saying is, if you want your vision to die, tell it to the next person. They can't see what you can see. So when you tell it to somebody else, they're going to kill your vision. Oh, you shouldn't do this. Man, I don't think that's going to work. This and that. And it's like, you don't know that. We're two different people. We're two different individuals. You just don't know that.
It's because they feel they can't do it. So they're just projecting their insecurities onto you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a good little 1-2 right there. The next part of the question is, what challenges did you face in the early stages of entrepreneurship, and how did you overcome? I guess I'll put them together. When you first started out, if you want to touch on a few of those.
It was always going to be my mental part of it. Not more so like, it was just always like, should I really be doing this? Can I really do this? Like, can I really make it happen? It's always that self-doubt that ends up killing you in the beginning, because it's like, what if, like you said, what if it doesn't work? What if, this doesn't happen? What if that can't happen? Like, I'm it's all out of the whole, I'm scared to take that jump. And the one thing Terry told me, when I tried to get this man his flowers and his DMs one day, and, I hit $1,000 in my sale one random day. And he congratulated me for it. I was like, dog, like you the thanks for this. And he was like, no, you took that step. He told me took that step. You
Right.
get 1% better every day. You took that step. And, that was just the main thing, like really having to believe in myself and like, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. If it don't work, it just don't work. But you know what? I'm going to take a chance though, because if you want to get rich, you got to take a risk.
You're right. And what they say, more money, your
You
money
got to
make
roll.
more
You got to roll
money.
the dice. You got to roll the
Right,
dice,
right.
and it may not be 7, it may not be 11 on that first roll, but you keep rolling. You keep rolling,
That's what
and
it is.
the main thing that I would truthfully say I face in regard to like just the mental aspect of it
Mm-hmm.
is we all talk about generational wealth. We
Uh-huh.
always talk about leaving something for our kids.
Yep.
We always talk about leaving something for the next line that comes after us. And the main thing I would always think of is I want something to leave for Cam,
Right.
my son. And the main thing that I would always think of is, am I gonna be in a position to say, son, this is yours now?
Right.
That's why I work so hard at it, because I want to be able to get my son something at the end of it. Like, God forbid, he calls me home early. I want to be able to say, you got this.
Right.
You got this. Don't worry about daddy. You got this.
Right.
So that's why I put him in my thing. I put his birthday right there, 918. So he knows that he's always a part of whatever I do. And the main thing that helped me overcome that mental obstacle was Cam, because I truthfully found a new wind of life
Right.
because of him. So I'm gonna go ahead and include him on.
Right.
So just eliminating those distractions. That's why I got it on my new sweatsuit. Eliminate those outside distractions and really focusing on what I really want to do and knowing who I want to do this for.
I love that. I love that. That was right. Look, that was good. That was good. That was good.
Anna said, generational wealth and legacy. More Black men need this mindset. Wealth isn't always tangible. Leave them with things nobody else can take away.
Exactly.
For sure, like wisdom. But yeah, like I feel like in a lot of Black families, unfortunately, we don't, like there's not enough generational wealth. Like the parents pass on and then like there's nothing left with the kids but memories. That's it. You know what I'm saying? No resources on like how to, make some money, no tangible, for sure not anything tangible besides maybe clothes or, you know what I'm saying, like little things like that. So I feel like it's definitely something that we need to start implementing, and that's definitely something we need to like break as far as the generational curse is leaving our kids with something that can last for generations, because our counterparts, we're not going to mention exactly who we know, our counterparts, they going to make sure theirs is straight when they gone.
Exactly.
In most cases, they do, so that's something we need to practice for sure.
Yeah.
I agree. Our parents weren't really brought up like that. We were millennials. If y'all say we Gen Z, negative.
No, we really are millennials. I looked it up, and the cutoff is our year.
Okay,
Some say 95, but I think a lot of articles did say 96. So we good. We safe. I think we millennials. We last.
Right. We millennials for lack of
After
better
us,
words.
that's Gen Z.
Right. Okay. So a lot of times our parents weren't given that opportunity. Like some were, some took it, some didn't. They're just, it's routine. You work a 9 to 5 and, you go home and you repeat for years and you stay in the job and you're unhappy and you deal with it because you got to pay your bills. So a lot of times it's, it's a cycle of life. So for us, I feel like we're really trying to break out and step out, especially when you have kids and when we have kids young. Maybe, a lot of our parents had us older. It's like, they were already established in life. They already got their routine. We're young. So, a lot of times now it's like, okay, I got to get this money. I got to get this thing. Because at the end of the day, no matter whether you have a job or not, bills don't stop. So it got to be paid some way. So you got to figure out something outside of a 9 to 5. What are you going to do? What are you going to fall back on? 9 to 5, like this, you could go into there and they'd be like, well, system down, you're fired. What are you going to do at that point in time? So it is good to have something, or at least, just something that you could fall back on for a short period of time that could just get you by. So I agree with that. Being that it is, June, and it is Father's, it's not Father's Day, but surrounded around Father's Day.
The week of, so
yeah, it's the week
of,
almost Father's Day. So we're just gonna kind of have before we hop into our little fun round, we're going to have Chris kind of just any advice you have for anyone that, as a male specifically, that's, in their late 20s to early 30s. What is advice that you can provide as a father and as just a man in general?
Life ain't over yet just because you see everybody else getting it younger. If anything, this is the start for you. Go ahead and get after it right now. Don't wait too much longer. You want to live it up, but you ain't rich enough. You want to hit the club, but you ain't lit enough. It's going to take time, but just don't waste time. Shout out to No Cap.
All right. That sounds like you need to be in a little video or something rapping, right? I'm like, hold on a minute. I was trying to keep up. I said, well, all right, then.
I'm like, what is this, a speech? Okay.
Right. All right, then. All right, y'all. So we're going to hop. If y'all think that was fun, we're going to hop into the fun round. All right, y'all. Y'all can participate. So because we do have people in here, I'm going to be generous tonight. Typically, I give 5 seconds to answer the question, but because I want you guys in the comments to participate as well, I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds. So the extra 5 is for them, Chris, not you. So I'm going to do 5 for five of them. There's no true wrong answer, but, just give it your best shot. We like to have fun over here. So the first question, and by the way, just to be transparent, my co-host is not aware of these questions, and neither is our guest. So that's what makes it fun. They're not prepped. Whenever we do this, they're not prepped on these parts. So everything that... So, yes, Anna, 10 seconds. Okay, so the first question is, again, no, wait a minute. He was asked to provide 3 areas of interest, which was, for him, one area was 90s cartoon, the other area was music, and the other area was shoes. So, though we always ask for 3 of your main interests, and the questions are based on those interests, okay? So, the first question is, again, this one's pertaining to fatherhood.
Oh, yeah.
Which state was the first to celebrate Father's Day? A, Washington. B, Chicago. C, Texas. 9, 8.
Texas.
Anybody else want to help him?
Wait, what are the options again?
Okay, the question is, which state was the first to celebrate Father's Day? A, Washington. B, Chicago. C, Texas.
Washington.
Washington. Well, you know what I mean. Washington is correct. All right.
Yes,
okay.
Anna, we got that. Who know that? I just guessed and said Washington because
it sounded like,
but
it just sounded like the time the father's child. I don't know. It just sounded right.
She took us back to history class.
All right. So the next question is, this one's for 5 seconds. Name 3 well-known cartoons from the 90s. You can name any 3.
God. Rugrats, Doug, SpongeBob.
All right. Cool. So the 3, did you have 3 you would like to name, Kia?
No. Powerpuff Girls, Billy and Mandy, and Hey Arnold.
That 5 seconds been up, but I'll let it go.
I'm about to say that. That's a little long.
So the 3 that I have,
this is just a courtesy.
The 3 that I have is Rugrats. That actually came out in 1991. Yes, I did my research. The next one's Hey Arnold, that came out in 96, and then Beavis and Butthead came out in 1993.
I ain't gonna count. Rocco's Modern Life, that shit there ended up growing on me later. But that shit was a true 90s cartoon, though.
Yeah.
I love the kids next door, too.
Nothing but teach niggas how to be perverts.
Cat Dog. Yep. I do like Cat Dog, too. But according to Google, baby, these are the top 3, so hey.
Cat Dog.
But I do like Cat Dog. Yep. All right. So number 3, shoes. I don't know if y'all know what they look like, but maybe you will, Chris. Do you prefer Nike Air Force Ones or Air Jordan Ones? So Nike Air Force Ones or Jordan Ones?
Nike Air Force Ones. Air Force Ones. They go with everything. Like, I know they got a colorway of Jordan Ones for everything, but them Air Force Ones.
So torn between this question. I didn't even want to ask.
And listen, I'm torn too, and like, a few of y'all can tell, like, I'm a big sneakerhead. Like, I be copping sneakers. Like, I be getting shit like crazy.
Right. You do.
Hey, listen. So if I'm telling you Air Force Ones, it's for a reason.
Anna,
right.
So what's the difference?
One is low and one is high.
Google it.
One is low on the feet and one is high, and two different.
But they have low top Jordan 1, and they got high top Forces. So
right. Here's the lyrics from this Future song. Now, mind you, you have multiple artists, and as a disclaimer, this is a random song I chose. So you can do the best that you can to finish this line. This is from the Never Liked You album, from the song Holy Ghost. Okay. Finish the lyric.
Never Liked You?
Finish the lyric. Made an M to a 10. Blank.
Now I'm posted on Force again.
I know that's right.
Good job. And also just
all right.
Future is not Holy Ghost in him.
Bumping in the trunk. Let me stop, boy. This drink starting to hit me.
Good job. Anna said no clue.
And
you gotta hit Apple Music mode. Hey, listen. One thing about it, Kia tell you, I would bump that Future, and she hates it sometimes.
No, I like Future. I don't like all his music, but I do like, not that song, but I do like Future. I don't mind it. But yeah, you definitely just keep a song on repeat over and over and over. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't have got that song at all. At all. I only know one Holy Ghost, and Future is not in it.
Get out. Get out. Get the fuck out. Get out.
Get out. Nowhere in that.
Get out. This is my podcast now. Get out.
Holy about him, right?
Nothing, man. Nothing holy about him.
Y'all gonna chill out. That is an upstanding citizen and a God-fearing man.
Right.
All right.
All right, y'all. So to sum up the night, hopefully y'all can hear me clearly.
We can hear you. Just hurry up.
Okay. All right. Now, Chris, thank you so much for being here and for being a guest for us.
Thank you.
If you would like to add any extra things where people can find you, your link, your clothing, social media, go ahead and do so now.
Oh, sure. Spade Forever, Spade for EVA. That's my main page, and then obviously the page that I just joined on this live with. That's my business page. So my clothing link is the Etsy link that is found in both bios. There's actually a third backup page as well that I sometimes tag. So feel free, hit that link, shop with me. More shirts, more designs coming. Thank you guys so much for having me tonight.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Also, guys, make sure that you are following both me and Chanel, and follow our podcast page, Live and Unfiltered. Once we get enough people on there, we can start going live over there. And we will be dropping this video later this week on YouTube, the full live. So if you came in late, you can watch the full video on YouTube later this week. Live and Unfiltered on YouTube as well. Go follow and subscribe. Anything else you want to add?
No, sis. Thank y'all so much again, and have a wonderful night, y'all.
Good night and happy Father's Day to all the dads.
All the dads.
Hey, Dad.
Peace.